Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If we could get 400 likes, 500, that'd be fantastic on the video. Now guys, did you ever wonder what it was like to feel both sorrow and elation at the same time? Well, you're going to find out. Enjoy some highlights and I'll join you guys in a sec for the Chelsea game. On this right hand side, can he skin his man? He does. He goes past him. Can he get the ball in? He does. Mali! And he's got himself another one. Wimbledon 1, Middlesbrough 0. Radek Mali with his second goal in as many matches. Brilliant start here. We needed this. Okay, his ball in. Hunt's in the box and it's cleared. Oh, it's put in the end by Fuchs. Disappointing. We really should be doing better than that from set pieces. But there you go. Wimbledon 1, Middlesbrough 1. Oh, crap. Hunt's through. He's striking it and it's in the back of the net. And yet again, we've gone from 1-0 up to 1-0 down. Jack Hunt with the goal for Middlesbrough. This is going to be a tough season. Here we go. Wimbledon 1, Middlesbrough 2. Disappointing. The penalty miss really did kill us. All the way through and Pearson's put it in at the near post and we trail away at League One Peterborough. Poor start to the season, this really is. Payne with the long throw. Angle flips it on. Anderson's in there and it's put over the line by Pearson again. Holy Jesus. Peterborough 2, Wimbledon 0. Christ on a bike. It was now for Peterborough. Don't let them get another low cross goal. Please, not another one. Oh, for the love of God. Pearson's through again. Nobody's getting near this lad, even though we've got him specially marked by all of them, and he's just scored 4 times against us in one half, and his name's Ronaldo. There we go. Peterborough 4, Wimbledon 0. Worst performance in this entire save. Oh, he's got a bit of pace over Anderson here, which is not good. Tight angle, though, and he shouldn't be able to score from there, but what on earth was my goalkeeper doing? Cardiff City 1, Wimbledon 0. Adam Johnson with the goal, but I don't know why the goalkeeper was almost off the pitch at one point. It gets into the box, and that's a goal. And we are shit. I mean, let's face it, we're just shit, aren't we? Christ, we're going to be in for a long season this year, I can just tell. One by Malpai still. Obiang's through, and that's surely another goal. Goes round the goalkeeper, and it's in. I mean, they've had 3 shots, and they've scored all of them. Their clinical were rubbish. This is going to be a very, very difficult year, I can already tell. Over the top for Fabio Martins, low cross, goal. I mean, it's easy for Cardiff City. I just don't believe it. We're just so bad at the moment. Nobody's even trying anymore. It would be funny if it wasn't so fucking terrible. It really would. Every single time we get an attack, they just win the ball off of us, dump it over the top, and it's a goal. And nothing I've managed to do in this first half has made any difference. All the way across Fabio, and it's in the back of the net for Wimbledon. Cardiff 5, Wimbledon 1. Fabio scored, but why have we now started to care? Reeves, Fabio, slips through for Loveridge. Loveridge is in. Loveridge has scored another one. Slips into the channel for Fabio. We need a good run here from Loveridge. Can he pull it back across? He can. Loveridge is in again and it's 5-3. We've got another one back. We're coming back, but it's going to be too late because of that shocking first half. Ball back across, Malpai, and it's in again. It's 6. There we go. Cardiff 6, Wimbledon 3. We kind of figured out what they were doing and how to stop them, but it was too late. Zabaleta, Bale, oh, so much space, and Zivkovic puts it straight in. City with their first shot. Andrea Zivkovic with, look at the team they've got. It's mental. Wimbledon 0, City 1. Ready to whip one. Reeves is in a good spot here. Comes back to him, and he's put it in. Wimbledon 1, Manchester City 1. Jake Reeves' first ever goal in the Premier League. What a moment that could be. And his man pulls it across, and Zivkovic puts it in. I don't know what to do to stop these low crosses. We were already sitting deeper. We cannot do anything more. Meli drops deep. Can he slip it through for Fabio? Fabio's in. Fabio's bloody well scored. Wimbledon 2, Manchester City 2. This is what we needed. Some performances, finally. Reeves slips it through for Radek Mali. Across it comes, and Fabio's put it in. Wimbledon 3, Manchester City 2. Fabio with the goal, and that's a thoroughly deserved lead. We've created some great chances today. What a game. It's scythed down by Vincent Kompany. And is this going to be a red card? It's a red card for Manchester City. There we go. Wimbledon 3, Manchester City 2. Biggest win in the entire save. Right guys, we are back and we're going to jump straight in with the question of the day as you can take a little look at the league table and we'll talk about what's just happened in a minute. So, question of the day is this. What position did you used to play at football, or do you play? Back when I used to actually play, which has been a bloody long time, let's just put it that way, I used to play right back, basically. That was sort of the role that I would generally end up being played. Now, of course, back in school, I was like the chubby kid, and therefore I always ended up either in goal or as a centre-back, because I was reasonably tall as well. But generally, when I got a bit better and when I was doing things like GCSE PE and stuff like that, I was a right back, or sometimes left back, but I'm a right-footed, so that would be a bit awkward. But I do like also playing in like centre-mid, just because I feel like I've got a decent eye for a pass. So, yeah, where do you guys play when you play? And also, if you do play for a team, let me know who you play for. That'd be kind of cool too. And if you do have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, yeah, I got a haircut, and you would have seen it earlier in the previous episode, but of course the giraffe onesie kind of got in the way of that one. Now then, I wonder what I should do if we stay up. That's another thing for a completely different day, but as you can see, we are sitting 17th. We've managed to win a game, which is always nice. And frankly, I think over the 3 matches, there's only been one match, apart from the Peterborough game in the Cup, which was just an absolute clusterfuck. In fact, we'll just go and quickly look at that. As you can see, 17th place, all is well, I say. But, you know, against Arsenal, I feel like we did really, really well, and we could have maybe got a point on a different day. Middlesbrough was much the same, to be honest. I feel like we did decent. Radek Maley scored again, which was always nice. Peterborough, though, I played a slightly weakened team. As you can see, like, Gary Campbell started, so did De Girolamo, but for the most part, it was still fairly strong. And Ronaldo Pearson just took us apart. Like, I think I should have made a change earlier in that game, which was to drop deeper, but I thought, we're playing Peterborough. But that Ronaldo Pearson guy, I don't know who he is, but he is tasty as. And look at that. He looks quality. He's Jamaican, interestingly, with a name like Ronaldo Pearson. How could he not be? So there you go. He was jamming the goals into the back of the net against us. He got 4 in the first 29 minutes. Outrageousness. And against Cardiff, it was much of the same, really. They scored 5 times in the first half. And basically, in the second half, I managed to sort of tweak things around. And in the first half, it just wasn't working for us. But we did manage to turn things around. We got 3 goals back in that one, but unfortunately, in our efforts to get forward, we did concede that late one. But they've got Wilfred Bonney and Pedro Obiang playing for them. There's some good players in these sides, so I thought Cardiff and Middlesbrough would be winnable teams, but it turns out they're quite decent at the moment, so we may have to look elsewhere for that. However, we did find a 3-2 victory against Manchester City, so if I had my glasses on, I'd be wearing those right about now. I couldn't believe it. It was outrageousness. It really was fantastic. 2 goals for Fabio, 1 for Jake Reeves. The red card did help us, yes, but the point is, we were winning when they got the red card. So, you know, it wasn't all down to that. We clearly do have something about us. Against City and Arsenal, we've been decent. Right, future transfers. So, a few players have come in. They'll be joining us, some of them in January, which is good. This is Kim Dong-hwan. He is going to play at right back as well. I brought him in. I think we got him on a free, or was it 800 grand? No, it was a free transfer. Kim Dong-hwan. I think he's got something good about him. And, you know, the fact that I think he's going to be good backup, basically. I've gone out and really tried to build the defensive side of things. We've also got Nenad Planic, who is a Bosnian. He's only 17, but I don't know, my scouts reckon he's pretty bloody decent already. Look at that. That's what I'm interested in. So yeah, Nenad Planic. We've also got Aristide Diallo, who I think you guys would have already seen before, but again, another midfielder to try and boost that area. We've got Matteo Martin, who, again, free transfer. He's going to be joining us from Luhansk Croissant, or Kiso over in France. Now, I think I don't know what division they're playing in, because it feels like it's one of those youth sides, but we picked him up because he's a decent winger to go on this side, of course. And finally, I told you I picked up a Brazilian wonder kid. Now, £1 million, I couldn't turn this lad down. This is Mateus. He's 15 years old, he's got dreadlocks and bloody facial hair. He's got more beardedness than I do, and that is always a good sign. But the point is, he's a poacher. He's got 15 finishing at 15 years old. That flair at 18. I think there's a lot to come from this guy. And he won't be joining us for, as you can see, for like 3 years. But I just thought for £1 million, I mean, I feel we've got a good bargain out of him, and hopefully he could be one for the future. I feel like he's maybe like a Pipoca type of player. Those of you who watch the Portsmouth say will know who that is. Right, so let's get into the game today against Chelsea. So Fabio and Maley as the top 2. Those 2 have linked up quite nicely this year. Maley has dropped off over the last couple of games, but we played a friendly against Dulwich Hamlet to get our form back, which we had an international break, so I thought that would work. I mean, it obviously did because we went into the City game, but it didn't really do much for the morale. But the point is, we're riding high at the moment. Now, we're obviously going to go straight into the game. You notice I got rid of Orinoco too. The reason for that was because we don't really need it as a separate tactic. And I found that it was making us really difficult. It was taking it too long to actually learn the current tactics, basically, because they obviously drop off. Arsenal are top and already 4 points clear. Insane stuff. Now, we're playing away at Chelsea today, so it's always going to be difficult. I just think that this is going to be a bridge too far for us. City was great. At home, we were brilliant. But what I am going to do is immediately start off this game with some changes, which is to drop deeper. We're going to turn off the offside trap, and we're going to close down less, just to start with. We're also going to go a bit more direct with the passing, because we do have Maley. That's my changes to start with, because it's these games, and I feel like games against these big sides, we need to take that type of approach to them, basically. Fabio and Maley were superb against City. We just need them to try and step up that performance again, and just see what we can come up with against Chelsea. I'll be happy, provided we don't get absolutely sloshed and slaughtered in this match. Good clearance. Hazard now. I mean, look at the team players I've got. Pavon. We've got players dropping back, which is good. But yeah, the problem we had against Cardiff was that they were just getting balls straight through the middle, and it was just going straight through our defenders. Oh, buggery. That was the worst possible start. Bit of poor play, and it's ended up in the back of the net for Chelsea. Hazard's got 5 in 5, and we're going to be on for a fight in our hands. Swansea look absolutely dreadful. Fulham conceded 7 against Everton, so I think the likes of Swansea, Fulham, those are the sort of teams that we need to be beating when we play them, basically. Huddersfield as well, because, you know, we came up with them. We beat them away last year, so why can't we do it again? They've probably spent about, I don't know, £8 trillion over the summer. Kvarak's ball all the way across and nobody tracked Hazard. I mean, we weren't expecting that situation to arise, but it is now 1-0 to Chelsea, which is poor. Oh crap, are they going to just Are they just going to destroy us from corners today? That looks like the way this one's going to go, and unfortunately there isn't really a lot we can do about that other than stop conceding them, and that's easier said than done, shall we say. Let's see what's happening once this is an open play. Oscar. And Backham makes the save. It's going to be tough. The plan was to come here and try and stymie them for as long as we can, but it's Chelsea and it's away from home. Now, this worked well against City, but they were playing a 4-4-2. This is a bit more of a different stretch. So after half an hour, Cuadrado has absolutely skinned him. Ball back, Hazard, and he's missed. We've not offered anything so far in this game. Wow, we're sitting so deep, and I think Chelsea are starting to get too much encouragement from that. If we don't concede on this play, which I don't think we will, because Cuadrado will shoot from that range. Right, okay. So changes need to be made. I'm actually going to revert back to type, and that is to go back to that and that, because I just feel like we're allowing Chelsea onto us, and maybe that's not the best approach in this game. Now, we do, of course, have to worry about the long throws as well from Azpilicueta. Right, Meili's got it. Now, let's get a bit further forward. Start busting out a little bit. Goes back for Nygård. Can he... That's bad. Goes long for Fabio. Meili's brought it down, though. He's got that target man ability, which is useful when he's playing the deeper role, because we can hit balls up to him. Oh, hang on, we're on long passing as well, aren't we? I'm just going to put it back to shorter passing and see if this makes any difference. Hazard now. He's going to try and run at us. He's got two players there. He probably won't score from those angles, which is good. I mean, they've created some chances so far, but they've also had a few shots from fairly narrow angles. I mean, look at how well they've done so far. But we are still only 1-0 down, and that is important. Reeves now. Right, here we go. Unfortunately, what was also happening a lot this month was that we were conceding a lot of goals from our own attacks. So we'd get the ball up the pitch like that, and then we'd end up losing the ball high up the pitch and get countered on. That was what happened against Cardiff. For the first 4 goals, basically. They all seemed to come from our own attacks, which was very disappointing. Backham with the big save again. And I just worry that that's going to be a problem for us all season. And of course, yes, we do need better defenders. I don't need to be told that. But it's not a question of me knowing that. It's a question of me being able to do anything about it. You know, yeah, we could have signed a really decent defender and blown our entire transfer budget on it, but then we'd have essentially League One players with one really good defender. It's not worth it. We needed to strengthen the squad as a whole, and again, look, we lose the ball from the throw-in, and then it's hit downfield, and for some reason now, my defenders are not trying to win those balls, and I don't know why that is. Because in the Championship, every time that happened, the ball would be clipped up, and one of my central defenders would come in and head it, and for some reason now, in the Premier League, that just isn't happening. Pavon's through, that's a goal. Oh, damn it, right. It's not half time, what we're talking about. Right, let's get some pro zone going. Definitely down this right side. Number 18 as well is looking dangerous as hell. Where are we? We're very, very isolated there. We're not getting the ball out wide enough. I wonder if that's going to be our way through. So first things first, we're going to exploit the flanks a little bit more. Secondly, what was it they've got? We want to be a bit more careful down this... our left here. So I'm going to do the usual thing of... Oh, no. I'm going to do the usual thing of actually pushing Kvarak back. But I put him on support. Actually, no, we want him on defend. Actually... I don't know, it's difficult to tell, because against these sort of teams, it's always going to be a tough game. There's no doubting that, and that's going to be what we're doing for now. I don't know where to go from here. It's always going to be tough, but we are still only a goal down, and one of the things I noticed against, Manchester City and Arsenal in those big games was we didn't lose by huge numbers. In fact, we beat City. The only game we've really lost by any large margin in the league, anyway, was the game against Cardiff, and I feel that was because of my inability to adjust the system quick enough. Oh, I'm sick of those goals as well. The ones that are going straight at the goalkeeper, and then they just deflect off into them. It's a bit frustrating to see that, really. We've offered nothing today. Cuadrado's constantly getting in behind our fullbacks, and I'm tempted to put them both onto limited fullback for the rest of this match, so they just stay there. Limited fullback on defend and just sit and try and stop whatever Chelsea have got, because it is sometimes in these games it's going to be about not conceding as many goals as possible. So we're going to put them onto defend. I know that seems a bit strange, but I'm also going to put... is one of them better on cover? Right. I'm going to drop Listel back to a cover. He's actually better there. I used to do a stopper cover system. I used that quite a lot last year on FM, but this year I just wasn't able to find a way to make it work that well. The thing is, remember though, I wouldn't have expected us to get a win against City. Obviously, I would have expected points against Cardiff and Middlesbrough. So if you said to me, fight 3 points after those first few games, I would have been reasonably happy with it. Yeah, okay, I would have preferred 4. That was what I think I said. But it doesn't really matter who you get them against, because the fact is, if we... Pavon's through again. We've offered nothing today. The possession's not there. Nothing is there. Chelsea are just better than us, unfortunately. We're away at Stamford Bridge. It was always going to be a tough match, no matter what we did. And they've just worked their way through us, unfortunately. We can't do what we did against City again. They've gone through the middle this time. Defenders... Well, he's playing him on side because he's playing a cover role. That's the danger of the cover role, unfortunately. We've not even had a shot yet. I might just turn on shoot on sight just to get a shot away. You know, risk a couple of long shots. Masek's in because, of course, with Saville out injured, it's difficult for us. It really is. And we'll take another look at the stats at half-time, but I just don't think we're going to be able to come up with anything. You know, we've not had a single shot in this match, and Hazard will shoot from terrible angle again. Oh, Willie, no, goes for Cuadrado. This is going to be another goal, isn't it? Oscar, just... looked a little offside to me, but it's 4-0 to Chelsea, and look at the number of shots they've had in this first half. They've torn us limb from limb, and it's these sort of results that we can't afford to have. But I still need to take solace. We beat City. I mean, that actually happened. We beat Manchester City, so we've proven that we're capable of beating a team like Manchester City, which gives me hope that in some of the other bigger games this year we might have a chance. But against Chelsea today, we've been woeful. In the second half, I'm going to drop deeper again. I just realised that we weren't on that. So yeah, that's going to be my changes for the second half. There's lots of fives going around, because what are they supposed to do? We are going to be, you know, they could have done a lot better though. What's what I would say? You know, at 1-0 it's like, okay, fair enough, but 4-0 is a bit ridiculous. And not by that I don't mean Chelsea don't deserve it. They absolutely do. It's mostly this right-hand side. That's where the chances are coming from for Chelsea. We need to try and do something about that. But I think we need to get men back, and that's going to be the problem for us, is trying to stop that. So who's had the most passes? 5 for Pasalic. Is he a fullback? No, he's a defensive midfielder. Oh, that's going to be tough. I mean, we can do that. We can, but where do we go from there? Right, we're going to drop deeper. We're going to use the offside trap less, or not at all. We're going to close down much less, but we're going to look for a longer passing approach. Maybe just... I don't want to up the tempo either, because unfortunately we don't have enough. We're going to be more disciplined, and just try to do something. I'm actually going to put him on defend. I thought I already did that, but right, that's going to be it for now. I don't know. It's just that I'm not going to... You know, I firmly believe that you can analyse your way around pretty much any game, but sometimes the other team are just going to be better than you. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. And that's not to say that on another day this tactic would work, because as you can see, they've been vastly better than us tactically as well. They've just been the better team today, and I think my mistake in this game was actually pulling us back out again. I think when we sat a little deeper, yes, they were having plenty of shots and sort of chances, but they were all from these sort of areas. Oh, come on! They're not even trying anymore. They're just not even trying. They're letting them pass them. Sometimes you just cannot do it. I mean, look at this. Cuadrado gets the ball here. So the defender comes out to him. Cuadrado just goes past him. Ball straight across the box. Terrible angle at the back post, and Hazard's just there to put it in. It's 5-0 Chelsea. What are we supposed to do? You know, there's only so many things you can do when you're Wimbledon playing against Chelsea, unfortunately. And we're going to have games like this year, unfortunately. That's just how it is. I've said unfortunately too much. We need to make some changes, because these guys are absolutely shot for confidence. Unfortunately, again, lacking players there. And, I mean, look at this. The injuries have not helped. So little in the way of options off the bench here. Interestingly, our fullbacks have done okay, but it's been such a poor day in general, really. I mean, surprisingly, Fabio's still doing okay. He's probably the best performer on the team, to be honest. But in fact, with that in mind, I'm going to bring Meili off instead and get Fabio in there. I mean, what else do you really do? Maybe Frankham on for Aga, who's done okay, but has he though? I mean, just to freshen up the legs a little bit and get some new players into this game, because we've looked at this, not a single shot in the entire match. Chelsea have just been so good. I don't know if Mourinho's even still managing Chelsea, but if he is, then he'll be pleased with their performance tonight. We've been woeful. Definitely the worst performance of the season, but what I can take from that is the fact that, yeah, okay, it's horrific from us in general, but we're playing against Chelsea away from home, and we've got some injuries as well now. Pavlon, Azpilicueta, and ball across. Hazard will score again. Backman's there. Okay, we've had a shot apparently too, which is nice. I'm also going to turn it on to retain possession, because... Oh no, we can't, because we're passing into space. We were never going to be able to retain possession against Chelsea anyway. I'm trying to see... So Murphy's there, and they're getting 2 players on him. What we really needed is an extra man in that midfield zone, really. But at 5-0 down, it's not really worth me doing it, because unfortunately it leaves us open to more attacking threats, which we cannot afford to have right now. That's the problem. What I am... Oh, my life, guys. Come on. I just want this game to finish now. I'm getting sick of it. I just want this game to be done, because Chelsea are just going to score 8, 9, 10, and nothing we can do is going to stop them from doing that, unfortunately. It's just ball in, defenders all clustered to one player, and he just slips it through, and Hazard's in again, and it's 6-0. Right. This episode's going to be so long as well because they won't stop fucking scoring. Right, next change. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? Thomas Kovarek's still on the pitch. How is he? What? I'm very confused right now. What's just happened? He didn't even fucking show us. What is going on? I'm gonna bring Fabio back here, make him as a shadow striker, but Franklin's gonna slot into the centre of this as well and play as like a ball-winning midfielder because what other choice have we got at this point? I don't even know. I didn't even see the red card. Is that straight red, or is that just because it's... Are we just gonna end up finishing the game off like this? I mean, look at 40 shots they've had against us. They've only scored 6 times in the end. It looked like it could have got a lot worse, frankly. When they got the 6th one on 64 minutes, I genuinely thought we were going to get an absolute high... I say an absolute high. We've lost 6-0. We're bottom of the table again, but it's so difficult. Don't be harsh. We lost 6-0, you bastard. Right, okay. I know it's Chelsea, but that was woeful. We beat Manchester City in the last match. And the problem is, we've now got Liverpool at home in the next match. The last thing we want is to go on such a bad run that they actually end up sacking me because we've played against all the big sides practically, except for Manchester United and Spurs. Man United and Spurs are the only like big sides that we've not played. We won't have played after this. But it does mean that we'll hopefully have a run of slightly easier matches, and I will have to arrange a friendly against a poor tight team to get some confidence back, because we need something really to sort of spar us onto something, because at the moment we've conceded 18 times in 5 matches. And yeah, I know, sign better defenders. Well, I'll just take out my magic pen and sign loads of magical players. It doesn't work like that. You know, we're doing our best with the resources we've got, and I hope you guys can understand that. You know, that we're doing our best. It's going to be difficult. It's obviously going to be tough, and we need to be better. Absolutely we do. But it's going to be tough to do that this year. We're going to have to pick up wins where we can. We may have to come down to go back up again. As long as the ball will allow that, then that's going to happen. But I wasn't going to deliberately lose in the playoffs last year just so we could stay down. It's not in my nature. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, which I hope you have, even regarding that, then please do drop a like on the video. That would be fantastic. In the next episode, I'm probably going to do the Palace game away from home, because that is... on the... Well, actually, no, we can do the Southampton one. The games are quite close together at that point, so we can get away with that. So yeah, I will join you guys in the next episode for a home game against Southampton, who are doing really well, so expect another bloody defeat. But there you go, we need to get some more green on the board. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.